Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Jennifer or Curry here on Twitter. First they tell you it's bad, then they sue. Next they regulate, and eventually they adopt the technology. This is in England, guys. In the Tube, from what I understand here, their public transit system. Service information, I can see the little logo there. Crypto means business, a big Ripple ad there. And on the turnstiles even, you can see crypto means business and the Ripple advertising right there in London. And if you guys remember last week, we did also see that we're seeing the same kind of branded Ripple advertising in New York City. This is at the World Trade Center, if I'm not mistaken. Step up to a new era of finance, Ripple. Crypto means business. So Ripple really kind of trying to hit it out of the park. Of course, in London, we've got Swell coming up next month. So to get people engaged, to get people really focused on where cryptocurrency is moving in the coming years, and what's already really been happening up until now. Crypto means business. This is Ripple's latest ad campaign. Wanted to thank Jennifer or Curry just for posting that. So it's not looking like the SEC lawsuit is really sticking, at least when it comes to the optics around the world. This from Eleanor Turret here. The SEC IG report confirms our reporting from back in May. So back in May, Fox Business reported on this story where they're saying a lot of employees of the SEC decided to quit under Gary Gensler. The SEC is seeing its highest attrition rate in 10 years. Most concerning is the attrition rate in senior officer and attorney positions, about 20.8%, so over 1 in 5 people quitting, and 8.4% for FY 2022 respectively. So this was the original article from back in May of 2022, just outlining some of those statistics. I don't know if this has been updated at all, although Eleanor Turret just tweeted this out yesterday. So it's looking as though there's more confirmation that, people are quitting at the SEC at an unprecedented rate. And just going back a few months, multiple SEC sources tell Fox Business in both style and substance, people at the SEC are complaining about the expansive agenda, pushing the commission into new areas of enforcement, such as crypto regulation, and mandating new company disclosures on issues like the environment. That, combined with the brusque management style, has created a toxic work environment at the SEC, these people say. So, again, this is an older article, but Eleanor Turret obviously bringing it to our attention that this is the case, and it has been confirmed by likely more sources here. Wanted to thank her just for posting that. With regards to the Ripple SEC lawsuit, guys, a new update from Crypto Law at Crypto Law US here. Update: SEC versus the Ripple case. Up to 12 a.m. last night, the defendants, Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, and Chris Larson, filed a total of 198 exhibits with its response to the SEC's motion for summary judgment, with the declarations filed by counsels Christopher Ford and Errol Goulet. The SEC filed a total of 230 exhibits in its response to the defendant's motion for summary judgment, with declarations filled by counsels Layden Stewart and Mark Sylvester. All exhibits from both parties were filed under seal. So to confirm, asks Rob XRP, these were the filings that you were waiting for to produce your amicus brief. Thank you for everything you do, John Deaton. Thanks for burning the midnight oil, John Deaton, says Ripple Effect. One day this will all be over and they'll make a movie about it, I have no doubt. So just another update here, not too much of an update. We don't really have too much information other than the fact that these were filed by each party respectively under seal. One of the bigger discoveries that I wanted to mention in this afternoon's video was this, okay? Originally tweeted out by Digital Asset Buy, warning, I think it's time for Senator Lummis and Senator Gillibrand to get specific about which digital assets they view as securities. Prepare to be uncomfortable. Now, a few things here. There's a bit of confusion, and I think it's because the senators can't get it straight either. In this video, he's outlining this. Okay, so Senator Cynthia Lummis, who we know, a Bitcoin maximalist, was talking a little bit about the Howie test the other day with Gillibrand. But look at her top contributors, people from Multicoin Capital. We're going to get to some other contributors in a second. But let me play you guys this clip real quick.
So what's the second reason why you're not a big XRP bull?
The second biggest reason is I think that there is a real chance that XRP could be declared a security by the SEC. I don't know for sure, but based on the most recent statement where the SEC talked about Ethereum not being a security, they mostly pointed out that the Ethereum network was decentralized enough that you could no longer claim that when someone was purchasing Ethereum, that they were doing so with the expectation that there was a specific group that would be working to advance the Ethereum network and increase its price.
And you think in the case of XRP, the fact that they have a relationship with Ripple or Ripple Labs that is the problem?
Yes. So when you look at the Howie test, there's 4 prongs to it, right? There's needs to be pooled capital, so you need to raise some money. Ripple does this through their sales. They sold $150 million a quarter of XRP tokens out of their treasury. So they are raising money from the general public. Second, it needs to be for a common enterprise, right? So Ripple Inc. provides that enterprise because Ripple Inc. is solely and predominantly responsible for marketing the Ripple products that use XRP and give the XRP token any value. Without Ripple Inc., the XRP token is worthless, absolutely worthless.
Well, first of all, I don't really agree with that. I don't know if you guys remember, but this is the same guy. This was a video I did years ago. I remember this guy's face. This is the same guy, and I think it was from this same interview. The same guy that said XRP won't work because it's just too fast. Or something along those lines. The value or the price of it won't go up because it just works too fast. It's basically too efficient. And so the XRP community, of course, had a field day with that comment. Here he's talking about XRP being a security, comparing it to Ethereum. Of course, talking with Rand Nooner, who's also a Bitcoin maximalist. Let me play you guys this next clip.
Based on kind of the SEC's guidance from a couple weeks ago about Ether being not being a security, it's quite clear to us that Ripple is a security. We don't know when that news is going to drop. But the catalysts seem to have kind of gone away from Ripple, and we have very high conviction that it is a security. And so, as kind of the system plays out over time, we think that short will deliver idiosyncratic returns.
So the security label is kind of a designation that kind of dooms these cryptocurrency. I think it's kind of a fatal designation.
So the challenge with being labeled security in the space formally is that not a single exchange in the world today that trades crypto is a SEC registered exchange. If you go to the SEC's website and look at exchanges, SEC certified exchanges, there's like 10 or 12 of them. It's NASDAQ, NYSE, CFTC, the CBOE,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Well, a bunch of them are pursuing financial regulations that will allow them to do that.
And some have broker-dealer licenses like Coinbase and some others.
Right, so Coinbase has got an ATS now, they got a broker-dealer license, but that's a long way away from being an SEC registered exchange. And that's a multi-year process, and that's well known to be a super, super difficult thing to do. And so my point is that if Ripple is labeled a security formally by the SEC, all of the crypto exchanges are going to stop trading Ripple because they are not SEC certified exchanges, SEC registered exchanges. And so if that happens, liquidity is going to dry up on XRP and the price will plummet.
Obviously, this was before the Ripple SEC lawsuit. And notice how this guy talks about how liquidity will dry up because exchanges will stop listing XRP if there is any uncertainty surrounding the status of XRP. So this is definitely before the lawsuit, before the exchanges shut down. Notice this guy's face and this guy's face. Both part of Multicoin Capital, Kyle Samani and Tushar Jain, all right? Both managing partners at Multicoin Capital. And as per these documents, Senator Lummis and apparently Senator Gillibrand's donors from 2016, 2018, and 2022 include the company in question. Well, this is from 2018. Here you can see Sullivan Cromwell, Blackstone Group, and Simpson Thacher Bartlett. But from 2022, guys, take a look at that. Multicoin Capital is right here on the list, along with some other questionable ones like Davis Polk and Wardwell, Apollo Global Management, and some of these other ones that he's highlighted here in this tweet. Things that make you go, and just going back to the beginning of this, we can see Senator Cynthia Lummis also has Multicoin Capital on the list. So a conflict of interest, I would definitely say so. Jaffe Joffer King here posting this. How do you get politicians to pay attention to blockchain? Well, you donate the Lummis blockchain or related donors for 21 and 22. Don't beat up the donors. I'll release the Excel sheet if there is interest. So here's a list, just the entire donor list here. I can just see Multicoin GC, Multicoin Capital right down here on the list, but looks like they have dozens of donors on that list. But I'm feeling like Lummis and Gillibrand are misstepping. James Royal XRP bringing this clip up again, and I showed this clip in a video I did earlier this week. The Howie test has not been updated to work in the framework of digital assets. Where did they come up with this BS? Now, if you guys noticed, there was a point in this clip where they said, I think it was Gillibrand who said they updated the Howie test to fit cryptocurrencies.
So you would agree with Chairman Gensler that most of them probably are securities, and I take it your legislation isn't meant to change that.
No, it's just that people didn't read it properly. We just said that there are commodities, and Bitcoin is one of them, and Ether and a few others probably are as well, but that there's a test. It's called the Howie test. It's worked, and we updated it to actually work in the framework of digital assets.
We updated it to work in the framework for digital assets, but James Roll XRP saying, that's just not the case. Where are the updates? What are the updates? But it gets even weirder. Because in this clip, I don't know if you guys caught it. I think it's Lummis here. Here, let me play you guys the beginning of this clip.
And that's why we chose the existing regulatory framework and just to lay digital assets on top of it. Because we know that the SEC has a very strong record in consumer protection and disclosure. And so if some of these assets are determined to be securities, as I think most of them will,
most of them will be considered securities? Really, Cynthia? I thought most of them are supposed to be commodities. This is from Wheezy, another one from Wheezy at Nerd Nation Unboxed. Notice the difference in language in the video. They say most are securities. But on Kirsten Gillibrand's website concerning the bill, it says most are commodities. Which one is it? So he's highlighting this, just a little screen grab from the website, assigns regulatory authority over digital asset spot markets to the CFTC, understanding that most digital assets are much more similar to commodities than they are securities. Really? Well, Stéphane Hubert brought up a clip where they say just that. Senator Cynthia Lummis and Senator Kirsten Gillibrand are lying right to your face. Maybe that, or they are just flip-flopping. They are lying right to your face. Please explain this to us. Such politicians disgrace the U.S. and worldwide.
The regulatory framework, by utilizing what's in place now, most cryptocurrencies are commodities.
What? Most cryptocurrencies are commodities. I'm having a hard time keeping this straight.
If some of these assets are determined to be securities, as I think most of them will,
is it securities or is it commodities? It sounds as though they're having a hard time deciding, which clearly doesn't make it easy when you're trying to sue a big cryptocurrency company in court, trying to state your claim as XRP a security. Is it a commodity or is it something else? Well, Brad Garlinghouse did say, it is going to take some time. His projection is that we aren't going to get a verdict until March 2023. And so now my question becomes, does the ISO Standards 20022 committee know that they require XRP for a full integration? This coming from Payment Infrastructure News. Breaking. Rumor has it that the introduction of T2 or Target 2 ISO 20022 will be delayed until, you guessed it, March 2023. Several countries report status red according to our information. CBPR Plus should not be affected. Official announcement probably on Friday by the European Central Bank's MIB. We will inform shortly which European countries could be responsible for the new delay. While they are stating down here that according to their information, the following European states reported that their migration status is red, which means they are not ready. France, Denmark, Germany, and Italy. This might be too much to stick to their current schedule. Well, maybe it's because they're still waiting for XRP to be free and clear worldwide. I mean, the United States is the biggest economy on planet Earth. Hey, Congress, figure it the f*** out. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.